Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood reviewer with inToit Reviews. Welcome back to the neighborhood. The Geshelli Labs Archel 2 Pro is a follow-up to the Archel Pro, which I also own and will cover in a future video. Many people have been pronouncing the name of this amp series as the Archel Pro, but apparently the correct pronunciation is Archel. Nevertheless, the Archel 2 Pro is a good one, so let's get into it. The front of the unit is composed of a number of buttons, a 1/4-inch headphone jack, a high-low gain indicator, and a volume knob. The first button is a power switch, which turns the unit on with a simple short press, but to switch the unit off, you have to hold the button down. If you choose to short press the button after you turn the power on, it will cycle between colored LEDs that will illuminate the inside of the unit, either purple, red, blue, or turn off. As my unit is green, I prefer either the purple or red illuminations, but your preferences may vary. The second button, when short pressed, is an input selector that switches between the RCA and the 3.5mm inputs on the back of the amplifier. If held down, this button adjusts the gain stage from unity gain to 4 times amplification. Unity gain offers the lowest operating interference. However, I found the high gain stage to be super clean as well. The volume knob here is perhaps my favorite in the business. Like the first Archel Pro, it appears to be made of a piece of machined aluminum, which turns smoothly with a most satisfying amount of resistance. If I had one criticism of the front controls, it would be that I would want the power switch to turn off with a short press rather than a long one. The first Archel Pro operated this way, and I would have preferred that this unit operate similarly, but needless to say, it doesn't. It would be my preference to adjust the LED color through long presses rather than through short ones, as I don't plan on adjusting the LEDs that often, and I'd rather it be easier to turn the unit off and on more quickly for ease of use considerations. The back of the unit consists of a simple 3.5mm input, a pair of RCA inputs, and a 12-volt DC power connection for a wall wart that comes with the device. It's a minor gripe, but I wish that the cord length of the wall wart were slightly longer. If I end up keeping this unit, I most likely will end up purchasing another power cord that has a longer length so that I can place it where I want to in my setup. The cord that comes with the unit is a bit too short for my purposes. The case itself appears to be composed of an anodized metal chassis surrounding the top, sides, and bottom of the unit, while see-through labeled acrylic faceplates line the front and back of the amplifier. The faceplates are affixed with small black metal screws at the corners of the chassis. The unit that was sent to me is a green color, to match my green garb, I suppose. These amplifiers normally come in black, red, or sky blue metal chassis, and either clear or smoked acrylic faceplates. With regard to noise floor, the Archel 2 Pro is super clean. I had to use sensitive IEMs, put it on high gain, and raise the volume to full to get any audible interference from the Archel 2 Pro. Sonically, it has a rather neutral presentation to the mids and the treble, with a slightly emphasized low end. Not that it's overly forward, because it's not, but rather, the control of the low end produces a bass response that is quite coherent, tight, and moderately forward. Based on my experience with speaker amps, I would assume that the Archel 2 Pro has a high dampening factor, if that's even a thing to consider in headphone amplifiers. Soundstage is somewhat smaller than the previous version of the Archel Pro, and the sonic signature actually appears to be somewhat flipped. On the Archel Pro, the high end and mids were more expressively pronounced, with the bass reproduction looming more softly in the background. With the Archel 2 Pro, the opposite is the case. The bass is slightly more pronounced, and the mids and treble ride the neutral line more instead. This results in a less lively presentation for the Archel 2 Pro than its predecessor had. This makes the Archel 2 Pro a more universal fit for a variety of headphones and IEMs. I just released a review of the 10 Audio or 10 Hi-Fi T4, and the Archel 2 Pro is a good match for this set, giving it some much needed low-end push. This was also the case for my Beyerdynamic DT177X Go. I placed Dakoni Hi-Fi Man fenestrated Elite sheepskin pads on my set, which resulted in enhanced detail and clarity. But with this adjustment, the low-end reproduction becomes drastically amp dependent, and it's less than I would like on some amps. On high gain, the Archel 2 Pro is a good match for the 177X Go. It produces what I would consider to be a neutral low end with this set in that configuration. Still, the Emutique is my favorite pairing for the Archel 2 Pro that I have discovered to date. Surprisingly, the bass reproduction on the Teak becomes even tighter, more controlled, and more dynamic and percussive than on other amps. There is a richness to the low end that I do not get on other amplifiers with the Teaks. Compared to the 789, the soundstage is somewhat constricted and the sonics seem directionally forced forward a bit more, but clarity is exceptionally close between the two. Separation on the Archel 2 Pro is good, but instruments are not as distinctive in space as they are on the 789. The fact that I'm comparing a $120 amp to a $400 one should speak volumes about the Archel 2 Pro. And I should also note that both amps are phenomenal values for the money. Prior to this review, I also heard rumors that the Archel 2 Pro is somewhat underpowered in comparison to the Archel Pro and its successor, the Archel 2.5 Pro. While this may be the case on some spec sheets, I did not have any problems driving my 300 ohm Sennheiser 6XX or my balanced set of Archons to ear-deafening levels. And I never pushed this amplifier beyond 50% of its volume capacity. As such, I suspect that the Archel 2 Pro would be capable of driving even thirstier cans, such as 600 ohm varieties. The spec list on Geshelli's own website suggests this, and it reports that power handling capabilities of this amplifier are 600 milliwatts at 16 ohm. However, if you need more power than this amplifier provides, you might consider the Archel 2.5 Pro instead, which possesses 6 times unity gain and 1 milliwatt at 16 ohms. In conclusion, the Archel 2 Pro is not only a handsome devil to look at, it also has the sonic chops to be one of my favorite headphone amplifiers on the market right now. When considering that this thing is only $120, it is a steal. I think that the Archel 2 Pro excels at neutrality, controlled bass reproduction, a low noise floor, and it has the versatility to power both sensitive IEMs and power-hungry headphones alike. Although this is a single-ended amp that sounds great, my hope is that one day Geshelli Labs makes one with both balanced and non-balanced ins and outputs. As of right now, the Archel 2.5 Pro has balanced inputs, but not balanced outputs. This will be something to hope and look forward to for the future, I guess. And just a reminder guys, I'll be giving away a set of KOS KSC 75s at the 500 subscriber mark. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to get future content from me and be considered for the giveaway. And with that, I'm out. for now.